Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Gerardo Morillo here, PersuadeLifeAds.com, Manifest Shortcuts. Right now, I'm feeling a little tired, so I got my legs up, and I'm just chilling, because I'm a little tired right now. So I just wanted to shoot this real quick video for you. Today, we're going to be talking about unknown hidden deficiencies. So, a lot of times, when we're walking through the world, sometimes we don't know that we have certain things inside our own body, inside our own mind, that are really blocking the flow, blocking us from getting into that momentum. And what I'm trying to say is, sometimes we have certain things that we don't know are a problem because we have not identified the problem just yet. And this could be a thousand different things. For example, one person who's so used to eating junk food for such a long time, years and years and years, they get fat, their body starts to decline, they get older, and now they feel fatigued, they don't feel as good as they used to, and they're trying to find out what's wrong, and their eating habits is what's creating the problem here. Right, so that I'm using that as one easy example. So the fix to that would be to eat healthy and go to the gym and exercise. Sometimes many of you spiritual people are going through a lot of things. I'm seeing that many of you guys are like on the verge of giving up. And you guys are like in tears, crying because you guys been working so hard, doing your best. You guys been really trying, and nothing has been working for you. Now, if you're indeed in the spiritual path, you gotta understand that there is a lot of destruction before there is creation. Okay, so it's a curse and it's a blessing. Okay, when you're working with the Kundalini, there's a lot of destruction in the psycho body, in your mind and body system. But then there's another layer that you can call the spirit body. So essentially what's going on is that a lot of your energies, a lot of those things are being destroyed. A lot of the old is being thrown out and discarded. It's making room for new things to come through. Because sometimes when old things block the path for new things to come in. So sometimes we get very familiar with old things. We get very addicted to the old ways of doing things, that we don't look at the new possibilities, the new options that are right in front of us sometimes. And that's because we don't see them because we're so used to doing the things that are so old and so familiar, and we get comfortable with the old and familiar. Okay? So if you're working with the Kundalini, or if you're spiritual, you're going through a lot of changes inside of your body. Okay, and you need a lot more nutrients and essential vitamins and other chemicals that are going to help you cope with the destruction that's going in place. You cannot go through these destruction era period and live a normal lifestyle. It's not possible. Okay, or it's rather too difficult. You need other ways to help you adjust yourself. Okay, so what do I mean by this, Gerardo? Let's say you are spiritual, you're going to Kundalini awakening, and you're going through the real intense symptoms of it, where you're being deprived of energy, you feel lazy, you feel weak, your body doesn't even want to move, and you just can't do anything. So I mean, how are you gonna go to work? This is how you're gonna go to school. When you are indeed spiritual and you are going through these changes and evolutions, it is a very, very difficult route. People don't understand you. People don't understand what you're going through. People don't understand. I mean, I didn't understand I was going through something spiritual either until many years ago. I picked up a book called Kundalini. Well, I knew of the Kundalini when I was like 18. I picked up a big giant health book, and this book had everything. It had hypnosis, it had stones, it had chakras, it had chakra poses, it had everything you could think of, incense, herbs, everything. Now, the only thing about the book is that sometimes they use language that are not really down to earth, not very practical. So they talk about cooling and blah blah blah. I get it, but I like to put it in everyday language where it makes more sense. Anyways, so you as a spiritual person, you're going through these changes. No one knows what you're going through but you. No one gets it. Okay? So you feel very lonely, you feel alone. I would recommend you hang out with other spiritual minded people. Okay? Hang out with other spiritual people. Read a good book. If you're going through Kundalini, read a couple good books that will help you understand what are some of the changes that you're going through in your own body. The Kundalini is about shedding your old skin. The snake is symbolic for removing the old selves. Okay, the snake drops his old selves. This way, it can make room for new cells. Essentially, okay. So it drops the old, and then now it has new skin. Okay, it drops the old skin, now it has new skin. Okay, so the same for us. We have to transform our mind and body system. And if you're spiritual, you need to understand that you're going through a lot of changes. And these changes are really, really, really hard. And you won't find anyone who gets it. When you're like, I'm not in the mood to work today. They're like, what do you mean? 9 to 5, honey. You better get in the mood. I can't right now. You better find a way how to. They don't understand this because you're going through these spiritual changes. Right? Your body is going through a transformation. An inner transformation inside of it. So you need as much things as possible. Sometimes you just need to ride it out. You're going through these pains. Look, honey, I wish I could help you, but you just need to go through those pains. I went through those pains too. Yeah. You wanted to be spiritual, right? Spiritual ain't easy. It's not easy at all because we have to juggle between the physical world, the mental world, and the spiritual world. And then to unlock our spiritual power. So we're juggling all these different type of things. And then you still have to take care of your physical needs as well, such as food, money, clothes, and sex. Can't forget that one. So if you're spiritual, yes, you do need sex. Especially if you're a guy. You know, if you're a guy, man, you go get yourself a quickie. Go get a surrogate or something, like once a month or something. Because it gets very depressing as a guy if you're not getting some. So sometimes in life there are these hidden deficiencies that we just don't know are there. Okay? So I just want you to understand this. If you're going through what's known as a Kundalini or a spiritual awakening right now, you need to provide your body with resources so that it can best assist you. Okay? There is a website called Biology of Kundalini. I'll be providing the link down below. They talk more about their own protocols of how to handle These changes and evolutions, this metamorphosis process within the Kundalini process, and they have several protocols on how to deal with that, how to deal with this process, how to deal with this, how to turn off the Kundalini if you have to. So, and one there they talk about eating red meat to turn off to get grounded, whatever. But I can eat meat and I can still be in tune with my psychic senses. But let's not get into that right now. The point is, you're going through a lot of changes right now, okay? Going through a lot of changes. You need money, okay? Then you're going through these spiritual changes inside of you that you're not really fully understanding right now. That's because you're still going through the process of it, okay? Your body has a lot of needs, it's demanding a lot of resources, okay? Especially during that destruction period where you're literally destroying the old persona, the old energies of who you were. It feels like hell inside that cocoon. Your body needs a lot of resources. So what I'm telling you essentially is, yeah, eat healthy, yeah, drink water, blah blah blah, but you need to really do your research about what your body needs. Okay, so you need to take certain foods and certain supplements. Had a yawn there. You need to provide your body with the resources that it needs to be able to cope and handle with the Kundalini or whatever spiritual transformation you're going through. It needs resources. It's demanding resources from you, and you need to be able to give it more resources. This is why you feel so tired all the time. Okay? Like I said, I see many of you spiritual people out there. You guys are on the verge of giving up. I see it. I can see a couple of them inside my mind right now. And you guys are, some people are about to cry and give up. Some people are they're pretty good, but they're still doubting themselves. Listen, you guys going through a lot of changes right now, and change takes time, okay? So let's talk about certain things about the resources. Sometimes, like I've been saying for the last couple of minutes now, you need more resources. Maybe you need more calories, okay? Maybe you need to eat more food. Maybe you're not eating enough food. Okay, that's one. Maybe you're not eating enough food for the body to fuel itself with enough of the energy it needs to do what it's got to do once it's inside your body. Maybe you don't take enough vitamins or nutrients. So when you're going through these spiritual transformations, it's eating and destroying a lot of inner resources, destroying old layers. So then you have to provide new resources to at least help you cope. Some natural ways for you to cope is through herbs. A lot of people are a big fan of herbs. Herbs are cool, they're nice. But if you want a big performance hack, herbs are not really that good. But why people like herbs is because herbs are useful and they have no side effects. So I think that's why people like herbs. So stuff like ginseng or rhodiola. Start to take a look into what sort of the things are going to help your body adjust this way that it becomes more normalized. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're depressed all the time, that's an indication that there is a problem somewhere. Okay? I'm not saying you gotta be happy all the time. I'm not saying that. But if you're depressed all the time, that's an indication that there is a problem. either mentally or on a biological level. Right? Now the thing is, if in fact you've done all your homework mentally, you read all these books, you're so smart, blah 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 blah, then you need to fix it on a biological level. Okay? Maybe you already know everything. There came a point where I, like with self-help, it's like, all right, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over with self-help. None of this is even doing me anything. That's when you need to fix it on a biological level. Your hormones, your neurotransmitters. All right? And I'm going to be talking more in depth about what sort of the things you could do on the next on a different video. For right now, I just want you guys to just become aware of certain symptoms that you might be experiencing right now, and just to take some time to maybe identify where are my weaknesses. What are some of the problems that I'm going through? Is it a mental problem? Or is it a biological problem? Is it my hormones? Is it the way that I'm thinking? I just want you guys just to, at the end of this video, just start thinking about what are some of my weaknesses right now? What are some of the things that I can do to improve? Why am I not happy? No matter how much times I show up on YouTube, hey, look at me, I'm happy. And then when you go home and you're all alone and you're on the pillow. Listen, God knows everything. You can't hide from God. I'm gonna end this video because this video is going on too long. Just take the time to understand what are some of those weaknesses that you're going through right now. Okay? Try to identify the problems. And in the future video, I'm going to be talking about some ways to handle some of those problems. But I want you just to think about what are some of the symptoms you're going through and how to go about fixing it. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. Peace and love. This has been Gerardo Morillo. Until next time.